Hi, I'm Pantazi. Today I want to show you a tool for research that's going to blow your minds. All right, and let me build up the stage first. Now, we started this like 40 years ago or thereabouts, and we originally went off Ohan Soken's notes, but it was quickly shifted by an instructor to pressure points. Now, when we figured out that it wasn't the pressure points and it was actually real anatomy, going back to the Ohan Soken notes is what clarified everything, because Ohan Soken, as you've seen in my past videos here on YouTube and the extended videos, you've seen that we've broken it down into its anatomical structures, the physiological effects, which Ohan Soken stated very clearly, and tested it out and demonstrated it to watch the functionality or the dysfunctionality of the opponent. And then we cross-correlated that with Fujita's notes. Now, Fujita's notes were hard to translate because it was in a language that was an ancient language that's all but disappeared. Few people can work with it, but very difficult. But what we found were there were 18 schools, and they're listed and diagrammed all their Kyusho targets and named them and showed us that it wasn't pressure points, okay? They didn't refer to the Chinese names or the Japanese names for pressure points. It was real anatomical structures. Now, in Fujita's notes, it's kind of cool because the names actually correlate with the physiological effects that the human undergoes after an attack there. Now, this validates also the Ohan Soken notes, which came at a later time. And this showed us, when we did our research on that, what I did for the extended videos was I broke down the target. I showed you exactly what Ohan Soken said. We looked at his diagrams. We went into the three-dimensional anatomically correct model. We went in to see the depth of the target past the skin, fascia, muscle, bone, etc. How it laid in between the bone structures, the muscle structures, whatever the target was and however it was laying, to show you how to best attack that. Then we explained the tool. Now, it's funny that Ohan Soken also named his tool that he used on a specific target. As an example, he would talk often about using the ken, which is the fist. Now, that's a very powerful blow. So you needed that powerful blow, which was much beyond a palm, because a palm would only get into a surface type of an attack, like a nerve structure. All right, but a fist could get deeper into the human tissue, but it was still blocked out. Now, what we want to work with, or what we were looking at also, was he would mention a dagger a lot. Now, a dagger, okay, you stick a person with a dagger and they're going to have a disruption. They're going to be wounded and they're going to drop. Well, the dagger to me also meant the depth of penetration necessary, and that you were trying to cut something. So if you're using the ken, you need a powerful blow, but you need it to go in pretty deep or hit with a lot of power. If you used a dagger, well, you don't have to use power, but you do have to sink in deep, which means that you have to use a specific tool from the Bubishi, like, and this is what correlates the Bubishi to all of this research, to get deeper into the human anatomy. And that's what those 6 tools were all about: how to properly access them, how to properly attack them with the correct trajectories. Now, the research also went on in the Ohan Soken notes in particular, because that was our most recent thing, to the demonstrations. So you could see the physiological effects that Ohan Soken mentioned, Also, some of the physiological effects that were listed in Fujita, we put that into real life and showed you what would happen on an attack on a real human being. So that brought our research even deeper. Now, we've been doing this quite a long time, as I mentioned, while other people are still stuck on the pressure point paradigm, but this research goes even deeper. Now, we've been correlating with medical professionals, doctors, and scientists of all different studies and disciplines to make sure that we were on the right track, make sure we didn't harm anybody in our experimentation, and just cross-correlate to see what the effects were, what could possibly happen, would there be side effects, etc. And we still communicate with our medical professionals. We have a long line. I have doctors that I've been talking to for 20 years plus, and we still cross-correlate our information. Some of them practice Kyusho, some of them do not, and their feedback, the ones that do, is just, of course, invaluable research as well. But there's another key, and this goes to trajectory basically, but it also goes to anatomy and tools, all right? And this research, I'm going to show you where to find all this information, and it is just a mind-blowing bit of research that you should, if you're a serious Kyusho practitioner and you really want to take it to the high levels of skill adaptation, then you're going to need to have this research, and you're going to be very appreciative, and your eyes are going to open even wider to what Ohan Soken was saying, what Fujita was saying, what all the old scripts right back to the Bubishi were trying to tell you about the art of Kyusho, Dimmak, Dimsyu, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's the attacks on the human body inside the human body, not outside like regular bludgeoning punch kick type of martial arts. All right, so this is a huge boom for you if you're really deep into Kyusho and you want to see some interesting research. And this is just, again, a small glimpse of what I've been doing over the past decades, correlating all of this research together and cross-correlating them, bringing them to the doctors to check to see if they're viable, see if they're safe enough to apply, see the cautions that go with them. For example, I have this one technique that is so dangerous, okay, that we tried it once or twice and now we don't try it. We know we can do it. We practice methods of doing that and targeting it in sparring and stuff, but we don't apply it anymore because the possibilities are too great for serious injury. Anyway, stay tuned for the extended videos here on YouTube, in the Patreon channel, and also the Platinum subscription. All the links are below.